this situated a little bit better. A little fine tuning there. Out here with Sweetie. Nice morning. Got my coffee. I'm live this morning because I don't have to be at work for another couple hours. Anyway, so I'm here and it's nice and cool, and I thought I'd go live. Let's see here. Let's start a poll. Don't be shy. There we go. What's the matter, sweetie girl? You don't like me talking to other people? Is that what it is? You don't like when I talk to other people? Aw. She thinks I'm not going to pay attention to her. I know my live streams are kind of random. There's no really set time. I'd probably get more people on here if there were, but my schedule doesn't work out that way. Oh, I gotta wake up. I came out to feed her 6:30, 6:15 this morning, Eastern time. And the sky was so clear. It was like really, really clear. You could really see, it wasn't any kind of haze or, I don't know, it just looked super clear. And the stars were so bright this morning. It was quite impressive. These cats are going crazy over here. We get the little catio outside on the back porch and they're all playing. Hey, Sweetie. You want to see Sweetie? I'm gonna get the camera to show her. There she is. Here's Sweetie. Hey, girl. Say hi. Not gonna say hi. Camera shy. What camera shy? Imagine having the energy these cats have, these little kittens. The Sweetie's laying on the ground, let me pet her, and I'm sipping on coffee. You can relax, sweetheart. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I would love it all the time. Love it all the time. It's on your head. Good morning. Just kind of hanging out, drinking some coffee. Like the thing says, don't be shy. You can say something in the chat. I won't mind. People are just scrolling by. It's okay. Did my bird app this morning. And just a mockingbird and a cardinal is all it could hear. I can hear a couple other different little things, but the app didn't pick it up. But anyway. Hope today turns out to be good. I worry about it almost every time. I just go through the motions, go to work and stuff. Hey, Oh Glory. What's your first name, Oh Glory? You probably told me already once. I gotta know everybody's first name. I'm gonna do a I'm gonna be doing a giveaway on the channel. I have this computer that I want to give away. It's an iMac, big Apple desktop computer. Still runs, everything's good on it, and I'm going to give it away. I'm going to do like a Um, Michael, okay. Ryan? Alright. We'll call you Ryan. I'll try to remember Ryan. But I'm going to give away this iMac. And what I'm trying to do is get people to subscribe. And so if only one person subscribes during this thing, then I guess they'll be the winner. But I'll make a little video and I'll put it out there as well. All you gotta do is be a subscriber. If you're already a subscriber, you're automatically entered, and I'll create a spreadsheet with all the people, and I'll let Google pick the random number, and whoever it picks will be the winner of the iMac, and I will ship it anywhere in the U.S. for free. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it's like a little promotion thing to get people to subscribe to the channel. I need like 20 more subscribers. I need a lot more watch hours too. But I think if I get more subscribers, that'll calculate to more watch hours, and then that would boost my channel. I can keep doing silly videos and stuff. This dog's the greatest. She's just super chill. She just wants pets a little bit, and then she just kind of lays down. Doop. Played fetch with her yesterday for about 30 minutes, and then she tires out. She's an older dog. She's not going to play very long. She was sleeping under the gazebo here instead of her doghouse. I'm talking about you. It's too noisy in the morning, huh? You guys hear all those birds and everything going on? So what do you guys got planned for today, aside from work? I imagine a lot of you are working or whatnot, or going to school or something like that. Like I said, I got to be at work in a couple hours, so I thought I'd get on here. Have some more ideas for my WTF news. They don't get a lot of views, but I have a lot of fun doing them. Thor, huh? Cool. Cool. Ultimately, I would like to build the channel enough so that we can continue doing rescues. I do a lot of fun videos just because it's fun, and but we do, rescue the dog that was wandering the neighborhood. We've rescued some cats that we found in like parking lots and stuff. Take them, all the animals get to go to the vet, get their shots and everything, get spayed or neutered, and they end up living here. But we could find homes for them too. That's Rachel's passion. She wants to do more rescues, and we could have donations or something else that could help with that. That'd be cool, and maybe even get the word out on rescuing pets and stuff like that. So kind of what we're doing. He knows all the tricks, algorithm tricks. That'd be great, because I can't figure them out. I've done all kinds of stuff. I was putting videos out every single day, and then I was putting videos out like this, the stream thing. What else did I do? Of course, my little skits and things like that. I just having fun. I did the unboxing of the Casio watches seemed to do well. I got another watch on the way. I think maybe I can do one of those a week. And I don't keep them. I just buy them off Amazon, do the review, box them up, and send them back. Get my money back. So it's not like I have this big collection of watches. I just like seeing them, doing a little review of them, and then I send them back. So Amazon has free returns. Why not? I know some channels get sponsorships. They can be the official site, for certain items and things like that. But I don't want my channel to be just one topic. I like it to be a mixture of things, melting pot, if you will. And so you can experience different things on one channel, you know. And I'm open to ideas too, if people have ideas for videos and stuff like that too. What's this? Uh, Pirate Software is the name of the channel. I'll have to look them up. Pirate Software. His name's Thor. Well, that's cool. Any help's good help, I guess. You know. I'm open. I've watched some videos online on how-tos and things like that. Of course, the ones how to be popular are popular, so it's kind of like I'm helping them be popular more than myself. There was some, there was a couple of videos that were pretty informative. Some of the settings for the channel, you know, kind of cleaning it up and making it a little more neat. Ah, sweet. He's got Ryan here, Old Glory. He's got a food truck, and he's going to stream from his food truck. He's doing Philly cheesesteaks, cheeseburgers, fries, and tots. Real simple menu, straightforward. I think it's awesome. Um, yeah, keep it simple and just knock it out, dude. I think that's great. That's got to take a lot of planning and logistics too. I mean, you got to order all your food. And, you know, I don't know if you're going to order it from uh, Cisco or you're going to go to Sam's Club and get what you need, or however you're going to acquire all of that. Maintain the truck. It's going to be a lot of work, man. But you said you like to stay busy, so hopefully this food truck will keep you busy. 200 acres in a food truck doing cattle and all kinds of stuff. Man, I don't know how you have time to just even watch this. How do you have time to even watch me doing all that stuff? But I'm glad you're here. That's cool. I've gotten too lazy. I don't want to get up and do anything anymore. I'll get them to go to work. That's about it. I mean, yeah. I'm not trying to work myself to death anymore. I did that for a long time. Costco, you know a guy. Damn, Ryan, you know everybody. Yeah, Costco would be, I guess, a good way to get all the supplies you need for your food truck. That'll be good. Are you going to sell like canned sodas or something like that with it, or bottles, or how are you going to do that? Probably, I'd imagine cans would be easier. They stack easier, and you can get more in a cooler or whatever you got, or set them on ice. Let's see here. Oh, you got the dogs getting out. Okay, that's all right, dude. Stopping by for a minute is cool by me. I don't have a problem with that. No problem at all. Best of luck to you on that food truck, man. That's awesome. Yeah, there's not a lot of food trucks out here. I mean, I go to Athens, Georgia a lot. I work in that area. I haven't seen any food trucks. Plenty of restaurants, but no like food trucks. And it's probably hard to get a permit or some stupid stuff like that. And then where are you going to park? You got to get permission to park somewhere. And people get all bent out of shape over something stupid like a food truck, you know. Coke and Sprite and can, and water bottles. Yeah, keep it simple. I know there was a little restaurant not far from here, a little locally owned thing, and they did sandwiches and stuff like that. But their side item was plain potato chips. That was it. You get a little bag of Lay's potato chips, and that was your side item. You didn't have any choices, and it didn't bother anybody. You just got a bag of little chips with your sandwich and stuff like that. They did hot dogs and stuff like that too, but yeah, you don't have to have an extreme variety of, you know, things on your truck. I think keeping it simple is going to be the best thing for you. And you see those food shows where they go in there and save these restaurants from closing and whatnot, and their menus like insane with 100 different items, and it's like, man, you need to cut this thing down. People are spending 20 minutes studying your menu before they order anything. There's a... Oh. We're gonna go save a frog out of the pool. I'll take you guys along. If it's the same frog, I think it is. It's a massive frog. Now he's gonna swim to the bottom. He's huge. He keeps jumping in the pool. He gets out though too. He doesn't live in the pool. Somehow he figures out how to get out. And there he goes. See that thing going? I think it leaves from the storm in here. He's huge. He's bigger than my hand. Look at that guy. And he'll get in there randomly. We had one tree down in our town and the power stayed on, so we were spared. Now some other towns in the surrounding area got hit pretty hard. Look at that guy. He's huge. I'm telling you, he's as big as my hand at least, if not bigger. There he goes. And he gets out on his own, probably on those steps over there. But I'm saving stuff out of this pool. This pool's a headache. I hate this thing. It came with a house. We didn't have it put in. Run your own candy shop. Well, that's kind of cool, man. Sweetie's like, what you doing? We were sitting there chilling. And now you're trying to chase a frog. I'd have to get the net and try to catch it. And the thing about scooping them out with a net, you have to fling them because they're not going to sit on the net while you scoop them out. They're a big ass frog. He gets out on his own, so I'm going to leave him there. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. There, sweetie. Hey, sweetie girl. How you doing? Aw, we're pets and loving. Pets and loving. Pets and loving. I'm a happy dog. Happy dog. Happy, happy, happy dog. What? She's like, will you pet me all day, every day, and never stop? She'll come up here and lay beside me and get on my feet. And I had a dog that did that, a black lab that did that too years ago. He'd lay at your feet, and he'd make sure to lay on one of your feet, so if you ever got up to go somewhere, you couldn't sneak off. He would know instantly that you were leaving, and then he would follow you around. And she does the same thing, so I find that kind of fascinating. That she'll lay down beside my feet and lean on my feet or on my feet, so that whenever I move, she knows, and then she'll follow me. Yeah, we got all kinds of frogs around here. They call it a lake, but it's more of a pond. Maybe 100 yards over there behind this other house. And so one time they had a little baby turtle in the pool. So it had to go through this guy's yard, across the street, get into my yard, my fenced-in yard, and then fall into the pool. So this little baby turtle, I never see turtles on the property, but this baby turtle, your little foot dog, and it fell into the pool. I took a picture. I don't have it anymore, but I was like, how in the hell did this little turtle get all the way over here? So I carried it across the street and told the neighbor, I was like, found this turtle, put him in the leg. He's all right, cool, whatever. Dropped him in the little, it's more of a pond. It's not a damn lake. I don't know why they call it a lake. It's a pond. But I let it go there. And so, yeah, maybe it'll be fine. But, yeah. If you would, normally you would see, if they were like, turtles were like living in the yard, you would see them somewhere, but I never see them. It was so strange to have that one little baby one fall in the pool. A little baby turtle. It was really flat too. He didn't have like a rounded shell. He was more flat with a little bit of spike. It might have been a snapping turtle baby one, but it was so tiny. It was like half the size of my. It would fit in the palm of my hand. It was smaller than that frog, and I didn't look it up to see what kind of turtle it was, but put him in. Took him across the street, put him in the pond. He's all. I'm sure. I hope he was okay. She likes to lay in the grass. See her back there? She likes to lay in the grass. I've got her one of those raised dog beds so she doesn't have to lay on the concrete or the steps and thing. And then she's got her dog house, and it's got a big uh, bed in there too. It's a big fabric case full of cedar chips and stuff. She'll sleep in it at night, but she'd rather just lay in the grass. So that's what she does. Huh. Superstition. Ray was telling me that if turtles cross the road, that means a flood's coming. My kids are all grown and gone, so yeah, I'm past those days. No more getting up. I remember those mornings, wrangling the kids up, trying to get them dressed and get them on the bus. And they rode the bus. I didn't take them. I didn't take them. I had to go to work. How am I going to take them all the way to school and then backtrack to work when they could just ride the bus? I rode the bus. Get on there. It's public transportation. It's designed for the schools, and it's going to be fine. I don't know why people are so hung up about not letting their kids ride the bus. I don't know if they'll ever understand that. They won't be able to handle it. Like, if he can't handle riding on the bus, he's going to have a tough life. I rode the bus and I still have a tough life. I'm not anymore. Finally. My job's calmed down and my mornings are more chill. So yeah. But, damn, can't ride a bus. They get these lines of people at the school. I mentioned this before, and I'm sure you've seen it too, especially I guess it's a southern thing. But they'll line up at the elementary school at noon to be first in line for child pickup, and then sit there and read a book for like 3 hours. They'll play on their phone so they can be the first person to pick up their kid. And then there'll be 20 of them sitting out there for hours waiting for the school to let out, and they'll shut down this little side road just for that. It's silly. It's silly. Spent your youth being a dog. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's enough people in the world. Not everybody has to have kids. There's 8 billion people in the world. I think we got it covered. There's not going to be a shortage of people anytime soon. So, you know. Are you married, Ray? Or that may be why you're able to do all this stuff. Not married, no kids. That's why you can handle 200 acres with cattle, hay, and 2 businesses. You got nobody nagging you and holding you down. No kids, no wife. Disposable income. Nobody wants to say anything in the chat. I don't understand that. I even put on there, "Don't be shy," and they still don't do it. So whatever. I don't know. Maybe they don't speak English and they just stumbled upon my stream and I'm some bearded white guy drinking coffee. Oh man. You can be dead without your wife. My girlfriend, she's pretty damn smart. Um, yeah. So 3 times Ray has done crazy stuff at work and gotten fired. I've never done that. No. I've never been fired. I've been laid off one time from a job, but I've never been fired. Now I've quit. I've left a couple of jobs on my own accord, but never been fired. That one time I got laid off, that was so bizarre. That was in 2010. He was a dog. Sounds like he had fun. But yeah, it was 2010. I got laid off, and I was working at an office job, and I just sat in my truck for like an hour. Like, what the hell am I gonna do now? You know, I had a wife and kids and all this other stuff. I mean, I managed. I didn't. I wasn't unemployed very long, but still, that was like a sickening feeling. You know, so used to working every single day, and then just not having a job is weird. Try to start a union, about got fired. Well, my job, I'm part of a union at my job. And it keeps me employed. I've been gotten situations that my management didn't agree with me because I had a different opinion, or I wasn't like bending over and taking it like they wanted me to. Um, but being part of a union is like, I didn't do anything wrong. You have no reason to fire me. So that was the only good thing about being in a union, I guess. I work for the post office, so there's not like, we can't strike. It's weird. We can't like do strikes, but we have union to back us up if there's discrepancies with our boss or management or something like that. So we got somebody that's got our back, and it's, you know, that's why it's so hard to get somebody fired out of the post office. It's like almost impossible. Um, Most of the time, people just quit. But anyway, yeah, it's really hard to get somebody fired. It can be very very aggravating too, because some people don't deserve to stay, but you're like stuck. Oh, sorry. Yeah, union, and then you have bad employers. I mean, there is, you know, when people get hired on at the post office, there's like 90 days. And as a manager, the first 90 days, they're in like a probation period, and then you can let them go. You know, like, it's not working out. You're not for the post office. Then you can get rid of them. But if they break that 90-day threshold, forget it. It's going to be like insane. They're locked in. And I think that's why a lot of people try to get on with the post office. It's a secure job, you know. Um, but it makes it hard for other people. You get those bad apples that don't want to show up, or they don't want to pull their weight, you know. And then this whole hurricane thing, that's so disruptive for every business. But I know as far as the post office is concerned, it's a headache, you know. That mail doesn't like disappear; it just piles up when you're not working, and then when you finally come back to work, you got to catch up. There's no like, oh, you know, we missed a few days, blah blah blah. And you're a paramedic, a chef, paramedic, security guard, bartended. Damn, dude. Ray doesn't play. Ray's all about it, man. Chef for 20 years, an EMT. Are you currently an EMT right now? Or are you just licensed? You're not actually riding an ambulance right now? Don't you have to keep those certifications up? I wish the chat was a little more. It's so delayed. The chat and the live stream is so delayed. Kind of messes up the conversation. A lot more birds. I should use my bird app now, but I'm live streaming, so I can't. I don't know what kind of bird that is. It's probably a mockingbird. I got blue jays, mockingbirds, cardinals, the normal stuff. All my little special birds, like my little finches and things like that, they've disappeared. I don't know where they've gone. And my sister said they're migrating, but it's like every year I've had them. I've got a feed route, and they just stay around. I mean, some leave, but not all of them. But now it's like I have almost no birds anymore in the yard. Okay, so you're no longer an EMT. You just were in the past. Okay. I couldn't imagine being an EMT. I mean, it's not always mutilated bodies and dead people, but I mean, showing up at car accidents or somebody getting shot, and then I don't know, I couldn't handle it. Nope. There's no way I can handle that. I always wanted to be a police officer too, when I'm in my 20s. I'm glad I never really pursued that. It's okay, Ziggy. Stop in and leave anytime you like, man. Not a problem, dude. We're easy going. We're just sipping coffee and shooting the breeze. Traffic's picking up in the distance too, though. There's a little bypass goes around town. Gets a lot of traffic, and you can hear it. Damn. Chest compressions on a third grader for 45 minutes. And then you walked away. It's like, that's it. I'm out. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. And that stuff goes on all the time. People just don't really talk about it. It's not always in the news, you know? But yeah. I used to have this mindset. Had always had, well, not always, but I developed this dread when I would hear ambulances or fire trucks and be worried that people are going to die and all this other stuff. But Rachel helped me change my mindset so that when I do hear an ambulance or a fire truck, I should be happy that help is on the way. So that's the way I try to make myself think about it when I hear a fire truck or ambulance. Help is on the way. This is good, you know. You want to like cheer them on, go get them, you know. They don't get paid enough to handle 45-minute chest compressions on a third grader. I believe it. I believe it. You know, these first responders and stuff, they don't get paid enough. The military doesn't get paid enough either. I mean, when I was deployed, there were civilian contractors making 2 or 3 times more than we were as soldiers in the battlefield. So yeah, that was kind of irritating. I mean, I wasn't doing it just for money, but money was a factor, you know, especially when you're trying to take care of your family back home while you're out there doing what you got to do. Yeah, that was it was kind of upsetting. But you know, paramedics and firefighters and stuff like that, they do it because it's their passion. They're not doing it for money either. But I still think they deserve more. But who am I? But one lowly soul in Georgia. And now we may be going to a war with Iran. I don't want to get into that. I'm going to stop there. Crazy world we live in. Yeah, good intentions don't feed bellies back home. You're right. And then if you died, your family got like 400,000 life insurance, and then that was it. So if you're like the breadwinner, that would sustain them for a while, yeah. And if they were frugal, it could sustain them for a long time. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's the right kind of compensation. But I don't make the laws. I don't, you know. It's chilly enough out here that my coffee is not staying warm. It's kind of upsetting. That's what my complaint is this morning. My coffee's getting cold. I guess it's a good day if that's my only complaint, right? My coffee's getting cold. I have to remind myself that, a lot. I have to remind myself a lot about that kind of stuff. How good you got it. A lot of people don't realize how good they got it. Yeah, I mean, unless you've gone to these other countries and experienced it firsthand, seeing it on the internet's not going to do it. You know, Canada, North America, America, Canada, most of the countries in Europe, they got it made pretty good. Japan's an example of good economy and good for the people. South Korea, but a lot of these countries don't have it as good as we do, and they struggle every day. But you know, I was just they when they flew us back from Iraq, they flew us back in commercial plane airliners, and I was just excited to have ice in my glass when I drank a soda. First, I had an actual soda that I could drink, and then actually ice. Now we had ice while we were over there, but it wasn't edible. It wasn't potable ice. It was just used to kind of keep things, your bottled water cold if you had some, things like that. And it wasn't like super plentiful. If you got some, you got some. If you didn't, you didn't. But you couldn't eat it. I mean, you'd have diarrhea for days. So you couldn't put it in your drinks. But I was on the plane. I was like, I felt like Tom Hanks on Castaway. He's like, I have ice in my glass. It's just like I can go to a bathroom that isn't full of blue water, or hide behind a rock and whatever else. Uh, just I don't know. Running water, electricity. We just play with it all we want here and don't even think twice about it. Unless you're in North Carolina, you get hit by that hurricane. There was all kinds of um, Sunday morning. I believe it was Sunday morning. There were so many linemen in their trucks with their buckets and everything. They had stopped in our town, stayed at a hotel overnight, and they were getting up early in the morning, to head on down the road where they were needed. I mean, they need recognition too. Those linemen, um, and they're coming from all over the place to get electricity back up. There's a lot of people down there doing all kinds of stuff right now. Um, People from all over the country. People coming in their personal helicopters, flying in supplies, and then, um, yeah, tanker trucks and dump trucks and everything else. I didn't. No, I didn't watch the debate last night. I did not. I watched the one with Trump and Harris. Part of it, not all of it. I'm sure there'll be plenty of memes and things like that coming out regarding last night's debate. Um, a lot of screaming and complaining. I'm sure. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I try to stay away from politics. Really, I do. This year, I got sucked into it some, which I regret. But it's just every damn where you can't escape it. Just live in a shell, you know. Live in a bunker underground. Come out for air every once in a while. That's about the only way you can get away from it. I've avoided the news and politics pretty good for the past few years, just to, in general, stay away from it all. Too much drama, but it's just in your face so much. That'll be the best part. Little memes coming out on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. Why did he change it to X? People still call it tweets and Twitter all the damn time. Why do they call it X? That just doesn't flow. You know, I was on X last night. That makes it sound like you're on a porn site or something. You're super political. Yeah. I don't I don't feel like I'm smart enough to argue politics. I don't feel like I'm smart enough to argue religion. I have my views on it, but I just really can't, my beliefs on it, but I can't really back them up with like quotable facts and things like that. You know, I can't just spit off Bible verses or websites and policies. I can't do any of that kind of stuff. I just keep it to myself. Yeah, I do have Twitter though. Um, I find Twitter to be more entertaining. There's a lot of political stuff on there too, but I kind of just scroll past it. Twitter has no filter. You know, YouTube will block all kinds of stuff, but there's some crazy stuff on Twitter. So bizarre, the stuff people put on there from around the world. It's wild. But like I said, I avoided Twitter for quite a while too, and then I kind of started doing this YouTube thing again with streams and videos, and I'll share them on Twitter as well. And that's where I was trying to like check my stats and things like that, and then I get sucked into some stream of comments or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Listening to the birds, petting the dog, and sipping coffee seems to be a lot easier. So, about to have to go inside and get a refill. And Sweetie won't let me go in the house. She'll follow me to the door and wait for me. Just stare at the door and wait for me. She's not allowed inside. I've only had her for a couple of weeks. I don't know if she's housebroken or not. But this is a good sized backyard. It's fenced in. She can roam around, do whatever she wants. She got her doghouse and stuff. Plenty of shaded areas. She can go lay under a tree and things like that. So I'll be putting a heating pad in her doghouse this winter, so that she'll have something, you know. Keep her nice and toasty. Yeah, easy enough to do. I've got a shed right next to the doghouse, and it has power. So I can just run a little extension cord and a heating pad, and she'll be set. She'll be good to go. I mean, she's been wandering for almost a year now with no home at all, and she's done just fine. It was wild when I took her to the vet. She didn't have any fleas, no ticks, no heartworms, no intestinal worms. She's like clean bill of health. She's old, but there's nothing else wrong with her. I mean, just a random wandering dog. Well, she's not random, but I think she got dropped off. This is a decent neighborhood, and somebody just took those. There's two of them. Haven't caught the other one yet, but there's two of them. She's one of them, and they were just wandering the neighborhood, and we left food out for them, and they would eat every once in a while, but they just somebody dumped them off. Had them for a while. I guess they got old, and who knows what their situation was, but they just dumped them and left them, and they just kept wandering. You'd see it. Yeah, emails coming across a little community neighborhood email list. These two dogs are wandering around. Who do they belong to? And nobody would step up, so we did. And she's super chill. She's easy to take care of. The hardest part was building her doghouse. That took me a couple of days because it's like 4x8. It's a pretty good sized doghouse, and I shingled the roof and all that kind of stuff. I should have ran power to it just for that heating pad and things like that, but I'll just run an extension cord for now. So, like I said, she's got plenty of shady areas she can lay down when it's hot out. She likes to bask in the sun some too, though. You guys should give me some ideas for some videos that I can make. Maybe we can collaborate or something. I have a couple of other ideas for for some other little fun videos. Did you guys watch the one about the police chase that I put on there? That was hilarious. I saw that. I just had to do a remake on that. That was just hilarious. Dude just pushed his girlfriend and fled. I'm like, damn. I just cracked up. I just couldn't help but laugh at that. That was just too damn funny. If you haven't checked that one out, look at my channel and check it out. It's pretty damn funny. I think it is. I think it's hilarious. The whole way it played out. Dude just ran. Oh man. It's kind of like that other video where that there's a traffic stop and then cops at the driver's window. It's nothing crazy's going on. Talking, the female's driving, the boyfriend's in the passenger seat, and license and registration. He hops out the passenger seat and just takes off running. And the cop's like, "Where did he go?" It's like, why is he running? You know? And he's like yelling at him, "You don't have." He's like, "I'm not coming after you. There's no warrants or anything after you." It was just like, I don't know, dude just ran. Some people argue that it's like, oh, because he didn't chase him for this reason or that. But it was still a funny video. Okay. Ray's going to share a funny story with us. You type that funny story up. I'm going to run inside to the Keurig and get another refill. And I'll be back in just a minute. So enjoy the birds in the tree. I will be back. I'm back. There we go. Thanks for hanging out. Uh-oh, we got a long story here from Ray. Gotta set my coffee down. Let's see if I can read this real quick. Oh, damn, Ray, you got a whole damn story going on here. Chaperoning a high school party for a little brother. We were in the field in Waynesboro, Tennessee. About 50 kids there. Beer everywhere. No one's leaving. Cops raided it at midnight. Kids scatter. I stay by the fire. Sheriff asked, "Who here is 21?" I raised my hand, as did the other guy. We walked over to the squad and, as requested, and proceed to get ready to go to jail. The sheriff deputies round up the alcohol around the fire and put it in a pile. They asked me why I'm there, and I say, well, these boys were out having fun and a good time. Thought I'd join and watch. And the officer says, "Where did they get the beer?" And he said, "What beer?" He points to the pile of beer and says, "That beer." And I said to him, "That's all my beer, all of it." Hey, Dashing Womble, you just claim responsibility for all that beer. You can't have pound cake, girl. Look at this. She's looking at it like, ooh, give me a piece. There you go. You eat it so fast. Gave her a piece of pound cake. 'Cause I love ya. That's it, girl. Your little ears perked up. Ooh, give me some more. All the beer. It's all mine. What, you have it all over the place and on other vehicles? I don't want to walk far to get one. I scattered it out so I could grab one whenever I wanted one. Good morning, everybody who's watching. We're having a little bit of coffee and just kind of shooting the breeze. Feel free to leave a comment. I wish I could do this every morning. He just he just left and let you drink all night. Just some good old boys. Never meaning no harm. I'm not giving you any more pound cake, sweetheart. I gave you a treat this morning. It's your dog food. I did. You gotta watch your girlish figure. You gotta watch your girlish figure, sweetheart. She's used to getting stuff off the table, because she is really staring down this plate. They used to feed you stuff off the table all the time. Are you used to that, huh? She wants this so bad. I'm eating the rest. I gave you a little bit, and that's it. I'll pet you and love on you, though. How about that? Not good enough. I want the treat. So what you got? You may have told me, Ray, what you have going on today. I can't remember. You said the food truck. Is that your objective today? Almost forgot I had this pound cake in the fridge. You were in there bushes. Ray became a legend of that little town over that beer incident. don't have any cool stories like that, Ray. I didn't start drinking until I was like 26. And then I had to quit. Yeah, I was getting out of control. I was drinking way too much. I had to stop. Now my biggest vice is coffee. And then Dashing Mumble. He told me his name. Don't tell me again. Ray. No? Is it Ray? I'm getting confused. Man, you got dog's house, his storage units, his shop, and then he's got to do bush hogging. Jeez, dude. One guy is Ray and one guy is Ryan. Alright, that's what I was getting confused. Ray and Ryan. I'm horrible with names. That's why I like the Army. Everybody's name was on their shirt. I didn't have to remember anybody's name. Everybody's in uniform. You're like, hey, you, get over here. And then they started putting your name on the back of your hat. So when you're walking away, they could yell at you too. Mm-hmm. I ate it all, girl. I told you I was going to give you any more. She's so disappointed. Ray and Ryan, I know. You can lick that plate, but there's nothing on it. She's like, where did it all go? Good thing she doesn't hold grudges. I gave you one little bite. You got a little something. You got a little something. And I put gravy on your food this morning, so that was kind of like a treat too. You've been to jail? I've never been to jail. Caught you right in court. That's a good wingman you had there, Ryan. She's gonna have a good life. Yeah, I mean, I have dry food for her, but I'll get this little pouch, just a little bitty pouch of some wet food. I kind of mix with the dry food. I do that once a day. I feed her twice a day, and I do that once a day. So she's got it made. And I'm giving her enough because she leaves a few pieces behind. So it's not like she, Danny Smith is in the Hardin County Jail and you're free running around. I've never been to jail. I never had any friends that went to jail. Kind of a boring side, you know. Reread that. Uh-oh. Okay, so Ryan went to jail once over some nonsense because he's a giant. He's 6'8", I think he said. One jail that the cops are called. Close friends with Danny Smith. Danny called me Ray in court. He called me Ray so the local paper would spell my name wrong. Oh, Danny Smith is the Hardin County judge. Man, I can't read it all. You're right. He's the judge. So he called your name wrong on purpose. The judge? Wow. Hey, Shifu. Is it Shifu? Go on, man. So you knew the judge and he called your name, intentionally said your name wrong. Wow. I wish I had a judge friend like that during my divorce. That'd have been a lot better. Wouldn't be paying child support for a kid that's not mine. That's a whole nother story. Cool. Football fan. Big orange. You got one of those orange checkered shirts or something like that? You got a big orange tee on your truck? I used to go to Knoxville often. Man, everything's orange. It's crazy. They changed the area code when they were doing all the area codes, and they made sure their area code spelled VOL. I think it's 865 is the area code there, and they made sure it was VOL for volunteers. You got an orange tee on a car. Yeah. Yeah, if you're a UT fan, you got an orange tee somewhere on one of your vehicles. It's guaranteed. I'm in Georgia. We'll say that. Close to Atlanta. So yeah, unless you're bringing me hard cash, I'm not going to give you my physical address. So. But I'm in the Atlanta area. We'll say that. Yeah. From Wales. Cool, man. I had a couple other viewers from the UK, if you will, Europe, things like that. I normally have some people from India get on here often. It is a nice morning here. It's cool. I don't know the temperature. I think it was like 68 this morning. Something like that. "13-foot flag, flat bottom boat. Take down the Buffalo River and actually cook while I float." Big deal in the Buffalo River. Yeah, big deal because he had a big orange and white painted boat. Orange and white painted boat. That's awesome. Yeah, Dashing Womble, aka Ray, is from the UK. You guys might know a little about where each other's from. And free hot food. Orange and white painted flat bottom boat. That's awesome. I can see that too. I can see that boat right now. Just growing up in Tennessee and UT fans everywhere, I can see that orange and white boat right now. What is it, girl? Am I not paying enough attention to you? Oh, sweetie. You were taking a nap just a second ago. You ready to get your day started? What's on your agenda? What's on your agenda? I'm going to lay down. I'm going to eat on my bone. I'm going to look at the squirrels. And I'm going to listen to the birds and take a nap. Got a tough life. Welcome from London. Never been to the UK. I think that'd be kind of cool to go vacation there, simply because they speak English, and I would be able to talk to people. Never left the States. The Army helped me leave the States a few times, but yeah, I've never been out of the States on my own. So Ryan, oh glory, is in Tennessee, and Ray, the Dashing Womble guy, he's in Kansas. I think he said he was in Kansas or Oklahoma. I think Kansas. I'm trying to remember. I have to repeat stuff like that to remember it. You want to go to the USA, maybe Orlando. He's in Missouri. Why would you want to go to Orlando? Is it because of Disney World or something like that? Being here in the States, I could think of a dozen places to visit that are better than Orlando. The only thing I can think of in Orlando is Disney World, and that's gonna, max out your credit card. Universal Studios. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you want to visit. You could go there for sure for that. That'd be the only thing to see there, though. Um, yeah. Dollywood and East Tennessee. That's a cool place to visit. I always wanted to go see the Grand Canyon. I know it's just a big hole in the ground, but I don't know. Just seems fascinating. It seems like a cool place to go see. I wanted to see the Grand Canyon. I like to see Mount Rushmore. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. Um, to visit and go vacation at or something like that. The funds of lizards out there in Orlando. I would love to go. Yeah, Grand Canyon. It just seems, it's got there's a lot of stories there and things too. It's just, it's really fascinating. It's supposed to be in, remember starting. Do I have any pets? I have more pets than I want to admit. I've got a dog right here. She's a rescue. Her name's Sweetie. Over there's a catio with some cats in it. It's an extension. There's a pet door, and they have this little caged-in area on the back deck, so they don't. Some cats can't run free around the yard. You kind of have to keep them contained. But she perked up. I know, right? All the cats are rescues, and they're out here playing. It's nice and cool. So yeah, we got pets. Loki and Coco for your cats. That's cool. That's cool. The newest that we saved 3 kittens out of a parking lot, and they were just a few weeks old, maybe 2 weeks old, and we had to hand feed them with a little dropper for over a month, and every like 2 or 3 hours. So we were back and forth feeding them, and they're huge now. They're like, not like fat, but they've grown up so much more than they normally would have for their age. Super healthy, and they're over there playing. Their names are Pip, Gidget, and Nema. Those are their names, and they're all boys. So, they all have very unique personalities. Pip likes to get under your feet when you're walking along and meow. And he wants you to pet him, and you can pick him up for a few seconds. He doesn't mind, but he'd rather not be picked up, mostly. Nema, instead of Nemo. Nema, he doesn't like being picked up at all. I mean, he'll let you, but he's not going to claw you or anything, but he just let me down. You can pet me, but don't pick me up. But Gidget likes to be picked up and likes to be held, and he will ride on your shoulder, and if you hunch over, he'll lay on your back and just lay on your back, and you're hunched over walking across the house with this cat on your back, and he's just happy as can be. They're hilarious. There's a lot of racket going on. I don't know which birds those are. I have a hard time recognizing all of them. You have a 17-year-old Shih Tzu named Marcus. Damn, puppies are worth $1,000 a piece. Jeez, damn, dude. Yeah, you got these puppy mills and stuff like that. People, I think Sweetie was part of that. You could tell that she's had puppies in the past, lots of puppies in the past, and then I think she just got old and they got tired of her and they dropped her off. That's just speculation, can't prove it, but kind of thinking about it, different reasons why she got dropped off. She just wasn't worth it to him anymore. She gave him a bunch of puppies, and then she got old, and they dumped her off, which is kind of messed up. So it is messed up. It's not kind of. It's jacked up. I've never dumped a pet off somewhere like that before. All the pets we've ever had, we've kept. You know, some of them have. We had a cat that got poisoned. That was messed up. Had a dog hit by a truck. Everybody in your family has a pup. Wow. Ray's telling me about all the different people who got the puppies from him. And Ryan had the friends with the dog. Ray, this is where I'm getting confused. And then Ray was talking about a cat riding on his back or shoulder. Yeah. Ryan, Ray, you got that? Forgive me for getting mixed up. I'm watching this bird. There's little bugs on top of the water. And he's just kind of scooping down, snatching them. Flying across the pool, snatching little bugs. Quite the wildlife around here. And this town isn't that big. We get raccoons, possums, armadillos, deer, a bunch of birds, squirrels. Everybody got squirrels. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on in this yard. I had a family of raccoons in this last year, I think it was. It's like 4 of them, and they were digging up the plants and they were looking for stuff. They were just rooting around the whole yard. It's fenced in backyard, so I'm like, I have an airsoft gun. Probably shouldn't tell the story, but anyway, I have this airsoft gun. I don't own any other guns. I just don't care for them. I had this airsoft gun. It's like a paintball gun, and I proceeded to pelt them with these little plastic BBs, and they left. They came back one more time. I did it again, and then they never came back again. So I didn't kill them. Just kind of stung them pretty hard, and they left. There wasn't any food back here for them either, so they didn't really have a reason to hang out. They were just a bunch of them looking for stuff. And so yeah, they weren't afraid of me until I brought out that airsoft rifle. Started pelting them with it. Little plastic BBs. Those things hurt as hell too. Like hell, man. I used to play airsoft with my son, years ago. Took him to these little arenas, and I'd be the adult. There was some dads that would play along with their kids. Mostly it was kids, teenagers, and things like that playing, but there'd be a couple adults in there. It was fun. It was fun. I admit it was real fun. Some of those kids were really good. They would get me. And it would hurt like hell. You'd have to come home with bruises and welts on you. But I was getting them a lot too. And, I had military training, so I'm like using tactical maneuvers and stuff like that. And keeping a low profile and whatnot. With newborn calves, that's all I'm going to say. You probably got wolves or coyotes then. And armadillos are possums in a half shell. Skunks. You don't have skunks in the UK? You're not missing out. But playing airsoft, my son, and then we went to a couple different places. We went to this one area north of Atlanta, and it's like 10 acres or something like that, and they put all these different obstacles and buildings and all over this wooded area, and it was pretty intense. There's all kinds of people. There's a lot of adults there then, and they're totally geared out with all this crazy stuff. They spent thousands of dollars gearing up with like walkie-talkies and all this camouflage, and I'm prior service, and I'm just there with it. I had camo pants on, but I just had a black t-shirt. I'm like, whatever. And some of them were pretty good. I grant you, they were. I wasn't the best out there by any means, but it was comical to, nail these guys with all this gear. I'm just in a black T-shirt, like da da da. But we stopped playing because we went back to the small arena, and these little kids ganged up on my son, and he didn't want to play anymore. It was kind of jacked up because they were there for some little birthday party. This parent brought them, and there's this like balcony where parents can look down through this plate glass or plexiglass type thing and watch the arena and the kids running around. And we witnessed these 3 or 4 boys, team up on my son and just pelting him. He's on the ground. You hit him once, you say you're hit, and you go back and to your corner, and then you come back and you go back and forth. You're not supposed to get shot 100 times in a row like that. And he was little, he was like 10 or 11, 12, something like that. I can't remember exactly. And it was, scared him. He didn't want to do it anymore. I couldn't convince him to go back ever again, so we just stopped. But I kept the airsoft rifle, and I use it for little critters and stuff like that. It's not going to hurt them. I mean, it'll sting them, but that's about it. It looks like a AR-15. I mean, it really looks like an AR-15. If I carry it around town, I'll probably get arrested, and then I have to explain it's an airsoft rifle. You shoot many things. I just don't have a gun. I've seen what they do. I don't care for them. I don't hunt, so there's no reason for me to have one. And if they're gonna attack me in my house, I'll just have to fend them off some other way. But yeah, no guns here. Just the airsoft rifle. But if I walked around the yard with that thing, people would give me weird looks because it looks super real. But all it shoots is plastic BBs. So they have this one pellet gun or BB gun. I don't know if you have Tractor Supply where you are. It's like a farming store. But they had this little rack with some BB guns. And there's one that's fully automatic. And it claims it can shoot 1,400 pellets per minute. I'm like, damn, didn't have that firepower in the Army. What the hell? You would go through so many BBs so fast, you wouldn't be able to keep it loaded. 1,400 BBs in a minute? That's like 90 a second. I did the math on it. It was like 90 a second or something like that. That's crazy. It would just zzz. And it was like $150 for the thing. You owned a small arsenal that you lost in a boating accident. Carrying your arsenal in your orange and white boat, shooting fish. Yeah. But that kept the squirrels away. I mean, the raccoons away doing that. And then I had a hole dug on the other side of the fence, probably 12 inches wide. I didn't know what it was. Posted a little video on that, and I had 100 different people tell me it was all kinds of crazy stuff. Come to find out, it's probably an armadillo. I didn't witness it, but they didn't hang around long. They left. Yeah, I know shooting fish is illegal. I was just joking around. Was it? It's only a crime if you get caught? That type of thing? Shooting fish is illegal probably because somebody was doing it at an angle that ricocheted and hit somebody or some crap like that. Holy crap. Damn, Ryan. Got so many stories to tell. He had all his guns in a boat, hit a wave, and they all just fell off and they were gone. You gotta go magnet fishing. Oh, that's a little fin. No, it's what kind of bird is that? It's gray with a little black head. About the size of a sparrow. I'll have to look him up. Cute little bird. He's a little bug eater because he's been swooping down and getting bugs. That's what you tell the feds. But if you do the magnet fishing, you seen those videos? People take these big, powerful magnets, throw them off in the water, and just drag random crap out of the ponds, rivers, and things like that. Go back to that spot and find your guns, man. They're all corroded and full of mud now, but you know. Go out there fishing for your guns. It's a lot of money. Guns aren't cheap, if you get decent ones anyway. You get decent guns, they're not cheap. And then you want to put stuff on them to make them look cool. The only gun I've actually owned on my own was a shotgun. So, and then I never used it for anything. It just sat there. I don't even know why I got it. I ended up selling it. They're like, this is stupid. I'm never going to use this thing. This is pointless. It was a waste of money. I got my money back though. I sold it, but still, it's like, why did I even bother? People put stupid stuff on their guns all the time just to make them look cool. Foldable stocks, and then all these scopes and stuff on them, and the little grips and whatnot. And they'll get them, they'll get some kind of, they'll spray paint them different camouflage colors, and yeah, they decorate them. They decorate them. Put rails on the front and things like all this crazy junk. And they make them look cool. That's what they're doing. They probably don't even know how to lock in their sights they put on there. You see people that spray paint their guns, make them camouflage, things like that. And like I said, add all kinds of stupid stuff to them to make them look cool. Oh, man. I mean, people do that with their cars, too. You'll buy a car, it works perfectly fine, does everything you need it to do, but you'll add stuff to it to make it look cool, you know? Wow. Found a gun and shipped it back in World War II. You could do that back in World War II. When I was deployed to Iraq, and we were there getting ready to leave, we've been there for a year, we're packing up our stuff. And they would bring in random people, and they would literally tear everything apart and search everything to make sure we weren't smuggling stuff back home. We couldn't take any kind of weaponry back home at all that we found. Couldn't take knives, couldn't take guns, couldn't take parts of guns, couldn't take ammunition. You couldn't take anything back home. And they preached that to us. Like, look, don't try to stash anything. They're going to find it. They're going to x-ray these Connexes. They're going to x-ray your vehicles. They're going to go through it and clean it, find it. And still you had some people try to smuggle some stuff back home. But yeah, you couldn't do any of that kind of stuff. No memorabilia, nothing like that. So if you happen to raid a place and there was a painting on the wall and you wanted to take it for some stupid reason, you couldn't do that. You couldn't smuggle it back home. You couldn't. They didn't want you taking all that stuff. You were there for a mission. You did it. You weren't there to pillage and loot. So Damn, he sold it to pay off a $50,000 cocaine debt. Holy shit, dude. You just never stop. You got stories left and right, man. There was one time they were searching everything, making sure everything was clear, and they ripped the boards up the bottom of a Connex and found guns, AK-47s somebody was trying to take home. I don't know if they found out who did it, but they found the weapons, and so yeah, nobody tried to smuggle anything. Yeah, you couldn't. I don't think even in Vietnam. I think by the time Vietnam rolled around, they weren't letting people take stuff home. I don't think so. I don't know when that'll really they crack down on that kind of stuff. They don't want the U.S. military to be seen as looters and taking things, you know, that didn't belong to them. So I'm not sure exactly when that started, but yeah, it's they strictly enforce it. So they didn't even want you taking. Um, some people want to take a little piece of sand, you know, a little thing of sand back home. I was in Iraq, and they wouldn't let you even do that. They're like, what if there's some parasite in there and you introduce it to the ecosystem in America and it kills cattle or something? You know, they you had to wash all your uniforms, you had to clean everything up. They'd use some stuff, sand and dust would be in your clothes. It was inevitable, but basically I had to sterilize everything almost. It was kind of ridiculous, you know. Didn't want to bring anything back home. Meanwhile, we got these giant Joro spiders from Asia that have taken over Georgia. And they claim they may have hitched a ride on some cargo vessel or something like that. But anyway, I mean, stuff's going to get around with global trade. So. Yep. Had to clean everything out. I remember that. That was so painstaking. It would take us weeks to get things loaded up so we could go back home. And still do missions and perform our duties, you know, up to the last day we were there, and pack our stuff up at the same time. So it was kind of ridiculous, but yeah. Yep. Couldn't leave it behind for the next guys because each unit had different things assigned to them. The logistics of the military is kind of crazy in a way, but like I said, I deployed to Iraq twice, and then I was all over the United States, and got to go to South Korea, got to go to Romania, Kuwait, just a little bit all over the place. I was infantry for the first few years, and then I switched to communications after that, and the rest of my time was communications. But you know, we had to set up different retrans sites and satellite links and go here and go there. But Louis Neblet. No, I don't think I have. Amazing mustache. No, I haven't met. I'd have to look him up. Louis Neblet E6. I made it to E7. I wanted to make Master Sergeant, but there's this old guy, been in forever. He wasn't getting out anytime soon, and the slots were limited. And I would have to wait for him to either die or retire. There's only a few slots available, and I just wasn't going to wait around for it. I did 23 years. I was done. I was out. I'm not going to stay in for 30. There's no reason to. It had changed so much just in those 23 years. I was like, no. But I retired as an E7. $32 years. Yeah, some guys, it's been 30, 40 years in the service. That's crazy. It's Wednesday. I hear a truck. That's the one. We have Monday's recycle day, Tuesday's trash day, and Wednesday the city sends a truck out to pick up debris, like limbs and stuff like that. Or is that the glass one? I don't know. It sounds like glass. Yeah, the recycle is kind of weird here. So Monday they won't take glass. Well, they'll send a special truck out on Wednesdays just to pick up glass recycling. How wasteful is that? How wasteful is that? It just goes around picking up glass. And then, yeah, it sounded like glass. Somebody had a drinking problem. Yeah, it's glass. It's big. I mean, the first truck could pick all that stuff up, but it doesn't. It. I've left glass jars and bottles, and they'll take the recycling, pull those things out, throw them right back in the bin, and leave them on Monday. They will not take glass. Now I smuggle some stuff in some boxes every once in a while. I'll sneak a jar into the bottom of a box and cover it up with a bunch of other stuff. Make sure it doesn't hit another piece of glass. You don't hear it cling. And then, I'll sneak some. I'll sneak some glass into the recycling. But I don't. I don't recycle enough glass to bin just for glass. You gotta take your own trash off. Yeah. Damn, where are they getting all the glass from? This is crazy. That's a 12-mile drive just to drop off your garbage. That's crazy. Now, I know the guy, not this guy. He doesn't. I don't think he drinks that much. But this guy over here, he's drinking all the time. He's got a really nice lawn, really nice house. I think he's retired. He gets on his riding mower and he's got one in the cup holder and one in his hand, and he's just like drinking beers and cutting his grass. And when they just emptied his out, it sounded like a lot of glass. I quit drinking right before I got divorced. That was like 6 years ago. I have had a beer or two here and there since. But even then, I've stopped doing that now. If I do get beer at home, it's non-alcoholic beer. I really enjoy the taste of it. So, and it's very refreshing on like a hot day. So I get non-alcoholic beer, and it's very limited what you can buy. It's only like 2 or 3 choices. But I really enjoy the taste of it, so I get non-alcoholic beer sometimes. I'll drink that. I'm just laughing. I don't think I've sat out here on a Wednesday morning and heard all this glass being picked up before. There's a lot of glass in this neighborhood. Holy crap! I've been here 5.5 years. Never really just sat out on a Wednesday morning and wait for the glass truck to come around. And glass is loud too, so you can hear them all the way down the street. There's supposed to be a special bin you're supposed to have too. I think it's gray instead of green. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, glass pickup. Yeah, a lot of booze. I just hear them clanging down the street. What the hell? Well, I'll tell you, like Saturday after the storm, people from around the area were coming to our town because we still had power and everything. And social media, people found out that we still had groceries and gas at our gas stations. So people were driving like over an hour to come to our town and get stuff at Lowe's, get stuff at Walmart, and all these different places. And I was at a local gas station further into town, away from the interstate. And this lady was coming in and out of the beer cooler. And she bought 6 cases of beer. That was her whole mission. She came down there and bought 6 cases of beer. And then when I went to Walmart that day, everything on the bread aisle was gone. Bread, water, and beer. That's what sold out on Saturday at Walmart. They weren't buying groceries. They bought water, bread, and beer. Just cleaned them all out. I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, the beer aisle. There was still toilet paper. There's still canned goods. Plenty of fruits and vegetables. Milk was there. Eggs was there. All the meat were there and stuff like that. They just cleaned out the water. The water, bread, and beer. I'm gonna drink all this beer, eat some bread to soak it up, so I can drink some more beer. I'm not gonna be doing anything till the power comes back on, so I might as well just have fun. It's like, damn, dude. And then I'm watching these news stories where they're flying in cases of water into places in North Carolina where the roads are impassable. They're bringing them a helicopter and bring cases of water. I mean, those guys don't want water; they want beer. They're taking them the wrong stuff. Even the look on their faces when they can, they're like, a case of water, thanks a lot, you know. I was like, damn, dude. Should have done a video on that. People invested their money in water, but instead they should have invested it in beer. Even Bud Light sold. Remember that story about the people refusing or boycotting Bud Light because some transgender did their ad or something like that? And I noticed it at places like Walmart. All the beer around Bud Light would be sold, and there'd be just stacks of Bud Light untouched. It was like, damn, really? But not a hurricane. They'll drink Bud Light during a hurricane. Every last drop of that stuff was sold. WTF news report. I should have done that live in the store Saturday if I'd have thought about it. We're live on location, and we can see now that beer is a priority for hurricane victims. I got one about I'm going to do about tips. How everybody wants a tip now. Everywhere you go and you pay with a card, there's a tip option. So I'm going to do a WTF news article on that. Special report. Yeah, that's going to be my next one. And I'm going to do a bunch of pictures of different stuff that need, that ask for a tip. Like the gas pump is asking for a tip, you know, things like that. Parking meters are asking for a tip. Ridiculous stuff, just to make it fun. Grocery store checkout line asking for a tip. If you don't refill my drink, you're not getting a tip. Exactly. Yeah, tip asking is crazy. I was gonna do like a convenience store. Cashier asking for a tip. All these different places, and then I'm gonna have my redneck guy in there complaining about it, and then I'll do the chopper report again. It's kind of like the normal stick, you know. Do the tip up there in the air and the chopper report. Did you guys, hey Ray, did you like the Valley Girl doing the weather report? Was that good, or should I do that again, or should I not? I didn't really get much feedback on the because that was AI generated. I just typed the text and picked a voice, and one of the voices I could choose was Valley Girl. So it was like, oh my gosh, what? Yeah, you're here to pick up a pizza and they want a tip. I waited tables for years too, and you needed tips when you're waiting tables because they pay like $2 an hour. You know, you're there to serve and earn your tips. But yeah, I go to a coffee shop and I just get a plain black coffee. Like one plain black coffee. Beep. Tip. They're walking over there going, and they hand it to me. That deserves a tip. Like, you didn't do anything. You didn't bring me refills. You didn't come to the table and take my order. I walked up to the counter and asked for it, paid for it at the counter, and walked away from the counter. There shouldn't be a tip. Leave a tip. Leave a tip. If I could get, I would like to have like the garbage man asking for a tip. You know, I'll be out there taking my garbage. Wait, and then you're like, all right, I can take that. Can you click here for a tip? What? All kinds of different things you could say for tips. Well, I could do one, Ryan. I could do one about the paramedic coming. Yeah, I'll gladly take you to the hospital if you'll swipe your card here and leave me a tip. Oh. So that's going to be my next WTF special report tips. Everywhere you swipe a card, tip, 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 tip. Yep. The garbage man asked for tips and for the customer. I had a, I was living in the middle of town at the time. I mean, if you ask if they do a little extra, give them. You could give them a little something during Christmas or the holidays. If you wanted to. I think that's cool. There are some people that work for the post office, mail delivery people, and I knew this one guy. He would get mad if his customers didn't like leave him thank you cards and gift cards during Christmas. And he wasn't like doing anything extra. He was just delivering the mail and packages like normal, right? I guess one year he got spoiled, and I think it was during COVID. People were like really thanking all the service workers and things like that, and they would give stuff to postal workers, the garbage men, and all these different people that came to your house during COVID. They got tips, basically. But he got hung up on that, and he wanted them every year after that. He's like, why the hell they tip me? I'm not going to take their packages to the porch, and I'm not going to do this. I'm like, dude, you get paid good money to deliver mail. You're not there for tips. Stop asking people for tips. I mean, if you want to thank somebody that does that type of work, um, that I think that's fine. I wouldn't mind leaving a gift card for my garbage man once a year or something like that. Say, hey man, thanks for your hard work. Have lunch on me or something like that. Or my mailman or my lady. She does a really good job. She makes sure my packages are always on the porch when it's going to rain so they don't get wet, things like that. She takes the extra time. So, but she knows I work for the post office too. She may do it because I'm a fellow postal worker. I don't know. But she's really nice. Oh yeah, you get baked goods and stuff like that. I've seen some people leave like goodie boxes on their front porch for all the delivery people. UPS, FedEx, Postal Service, Amazon. When it's hot out, here's some Gatorade on ice and some little treats. Help yourself. That type of thing. I think that's kind of cool. Uh, it's not required, but it's nice gesture. I mean, you do appreciate some people like that going the extra mile or doing the extra work that you don't want to do, like the garbage man or the guy that you know works on septic tanks and deals with nasty stuff that you don't want to deal with. But if you're just a cashier at a grocery store, you shouldn't get a tip. It's just it doesn't make sense. The gas pump and stuff like that. I know you don't get them at the gas pump, but I'm trying to make it exaggerate, make it funny. Yeah, everybody wants a tip. I got a tip for you. Get a better job. Don't spit into the wind. That's your tip. Don't eat yellow snow. What's some other ones? Full service gas stations. Those are so hard to find these days. Could you imagine? I think that would be a really good business model. People are lazy. I'm lazy too. But drive-throughs are super busy. Why you don't have to get out of the car? You just drive, think, hey, I want this. You drive around. They give it to you. You drive off. And I remember growing up, I worked at a full service gas station when I was like 14. Learned how to fix tires and change oil, things like that. Um, but had the little thing across the parking lot there. When the car pulled up to the gas pump, ding ding, you'd run out there and I was like $5 in gas because gas was cheap then. And you pump $5, and then sometimes they would give you a tip, 50 cents or something like that. I was a little kid. I used to sack groceries at a grocery store, and take them out to people's car and load it into their car for them. I would get tips sometimes that way too. but it was still rare. Yeah, a full service gas station. I guess there's too many liabilities and insurance things. If you damage somebody's car, gosh, I was like 14 and 15, and I'm like, ask them, do you want me to check your oil? You know, um, you go, would you like for me to wash off your windshield, pump your gas? And they would pop their hood. Here I'm a little kid just going, pulling a dipstick out, checking it. It's like, okay, it looks a little low. And they're like, yeah, put a little bit of it. You add oil right there when they're pumping gas, and they would be totally cool with it, you know? Gosh, you touch somebody's car now, and a lot of them are so complicated with all their crap on them, all the plastic covers and stuff, and they're so finicky about their vehicles, and a lot of them don't leak oil and burn oil like they used to either, so it's not like something you have to really check. But you can't even wash somebody's windshield and they get pissed off, you know? But I think a full service gas station would be a hit if you had it just kind of, you know, brought it in my town. We're on the interstate, so there's a bunch of gas stations in this town because we're right on the interstate. But if one of them was like further into town and it was full service, I think people would line up for that. You pay 20 cents more per gallon or something like that to cover the cost of the guy running out there and pumping it for you. But I think people would pay it. I know they would pay it. Have a full service gas station. I remember, what was it? You may know this one, Ryan. Was it in Crump, the town between Adamsville and Savannah? They had this drive-through convenience store, and it was like this barn with a passage through the middle. And you would drive through in the inside, and you'd be like, yeah, I want a 6-pack of this, or I'd like a Coke and a candy bar, or I'd like, you know, this and that. And the shelves were on both sides of you. You pulled in between all the items. And a guy would jump out, he would run around the store, get what you need, give it to you, pay him, and leave. I don't think that place is in business anymore. That was years ago. That was in the 90s. Late 90s. Or early 90s, actually. Yeah, it was yeah, but anyway, it was like this drive-through convenience store. You literally drove through the middle of it. And the guy would jump out and like get you whatever you wanted. A lot of it was beer and stuff like that too, but yeah. Which I thought was hilarious too. It shut down in like 92. You remember it, okay, yeah. It was in the early 90s. But I thought it was ironic that people were actually driving with engines running, buying beer, and then driving off with it. To me, seemed hilarious. It's like, let's keep them from just popping the top and driving on down the road and getting drunk and, you know, hitting something. I don't know. That's what went through my mind. I don't know why I remember that place. Yeah, full service. Nobody wants to run out there. It's all, you used to have to go inside and pay cash for your gas too. Now everything's at the pump. You pay at the pump, everything's at the pump. You do it all yourself and you leave. The Catfish restaurant for years. It's so cool that Ryan is living in a town next to the town I grew up, so we like reminisce a little bit. River Heights. Oh yeah, okay. I haven't been back to Adamsville in forever. I haven't been back to Adamsville. I mean, my brother and my dad still live there, but there's really nothing there, so there's no reason for me to go. Yeah, you can buy all the beer you want. That lady was buying 6 cases of beer, loaded it in a car, and drove off to an hour back home or something like that. Beer and bread. But I think it's either just laziness, they don't want to provide that service, or there may be some kind of liability issue. Some insurance company's like, we're not going to cover your gas station if you're running out there doing it for them and you like scratch their car or something stupid like that. You put the wrong stuff in there and it's on you, you know. If you're too stupid to realize the difference between gas and diesel, and you put the wrong thing in their vehicle, then you shouldn't be working there anyway. Police everywhere looking for speeders. Yeah, well, they made that highway's 4-lane now all the way through. It wasn't at the time. It was a little 2-lane road, and one guy would screw traffic up for miles. Now it's all like 4-lane, and you can zip on down the road. I do know that. I don't know why I remember that drive-through convenience store. I don't remember the most useless garbage. You think of importance. Was something stupid like that drive-through convenience store from '92. I remember. 30 years ago. Got 4 drive-throughs in Savannah. You get beer. Drive-through beer operations. Wow. Yeah, and they have dry counties. A lot of dry counties in Tennessee too, which is more inconvenient than anything. Which is just stupid. They want beer or liquor. They're going to go get it, regardless if it's dry or not. You're not really preventing anybody. Oh yeah, people smoking cigarettes. You don't see that as much anymore when they're pumping gas. People don't smoke as much as they used to. Not in public, really. I don't really see many. You smoke while you pump gas? Fuck it. I think it would need an actual spark. I guess it's probable that a cigarette could maybe ignite gas, but I think it would take more than just a lit cigarette. If you're actually lighting the cigarette while you're pumping gas, that would probably be more hazardous than just plain old smoking a cigarette. Because you got to open flame when you're trying to light your cigarette. Not diesel. Yeah, it would just get soaked and fizzle out. It wouldn't do anything. You only drive diesels? Okay. I've never owned a diesel vehicle. Just haven't. I'm getting my stuff's going in and out. Damn, it's 11? It can't be 11 o'clock right now, is it? 9:13. Why does my watch say... Oh, the battery's dead in it. That's why it says 11:30. I was like, damn, I've been sitting here that long? But it's only 9:14. Okay. Damn, watch's battery's dead. Damn it. Don't ever buy a fossil watch. They're garbage. It wasn't even really water resistant. I washed my hands with it a couple of times and like moisture got inside it and now the battery's dead. It's a piece of garbage. I hate this watch. It looks okay, but next garage. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta get going here in a few minutes anyway. Take care of a couple things before I leave. But thanks for hanging out and chatting with me, talking about gas stations and stuff. You got a Duramex diesel Denali even. Alright guys, well, I gotta run. Thanks for hanging out. Watch my other videos. Stay tuned for some cool stuff. Leave comments. Share them if you like, please. Thank you. And I'll talk to you guys later.